Hey, good morning everybody. So I'm going to do a quick tutorial today on a little simple blanket. You can use this actually for any kind of foundation. You can do like a square for a hot plate, pot holder, or you can also do it for a base for like a cardigan or anything that you're needing a baseline for. A table runner, a placemat setting, anything like that. But I had a friend that wanted a simple crochet pattern for a beginner, not the granny square, but kind of symbolizes the granny square. Something that she doesn't have to count. She is a beginner crocheter and she wants something that's not going to she wants a uniformed square because she's wanting to make a blanket. So I'm going to do a small little example of how you can do that. So when you start your baseline, you're going to start with a chain, and I'm going to do step by step with you today here. If you find this helpful or enjoyable, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. And so we're going to get started today. Okay, so let's get started. I've already made my loop, and we're going to want to do increments of 3. So the one that I showed you here has 15 chains. So we're going to do a chain of 15. You're going to want to keep this uniformed. Your tension, not super loose, but not extremely tight. If you do it tight, it's going to V out instead of be straight because you have your chain stitches so tight. You can do it a little bit on the looser side, just not so loopy and loose. So you're going to want to do each chain consistent and with the correct amount of tension. Now I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby and a 3mm hook today. This is just my preference. What I like to use these two combinations, this size yarn. I like a smaller. Some people like the bigger loops in crochet, and that's totally fine. You do what is comfortable to you. So we're going to get started. We're going to do this in increments of 3 chains. So this little square here is 15 chains that I did. It's about 3 inches in diameter. So you would just basically calculate how big you're wanting your product to be, whether it be a blanket or a table runner or just a basic like pot holder size. So we're going to get started here. We're going to chain 15. Okay, so I've done my chain 15. So let me break it down to you and explain to you. The first 2 loops are going to be your first single crochet. So in the 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, you're going to do 2 double crochets. So that's going to start your foundation. So you're going to skip 2 chains and you're going to do 3 double crochet in the 3rd chain. Skip 2 and I'm in my 3rd. You're going to repeat and do 3 double crochets in this 1 chain. Again, skip 2 of the chains and you're going to go into the 3rd. That's 1, 2, 3. skip 2, 1, 2, and in that third we're going to do 3 double crochets. This pattern is very easy. There should not be any more counting after you complete that chain. This is going to be very uniformed, kind of like a mindless, you know, you're not going to have to put a lot of thought in reading into a pattern or anything like that. So now we have our first row completed. We're going to chain 1, turn your work around, and now you have 2 double crochets, 2 on each side. You have 3 double crochets on your ending chain stitches here. So now you're going to go up to your next row, and on each side of this row you're only going to have 1 double crochet in each side, and this will become more clear and defined as I keep working on this project. So I'm going to show you this. So now you're going to want to go into this first crochet and you're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now in the hole here in between the 2 sets of 3 double crochets, in this hole you're going to do 3 double crochets, and you're going to complete this row in that same pattern. And each one of the holes where the 2 double crochet, the 2 sets of 3 double crochets are at in those holes. Again, repeat. And you can change colors. You can make your blanket or pot holder, whatever that it is. These make really beautiful blankets, this style of crochet. I'm sure it has a name. My mom taught this to me years ago, but it's just basically rows of 3 double crochets in each hole, and you can change out the colors. You can do whatever you want. You can have creative license with this. So you can do 1 row of a basic color, then the next 2 rows another color, or every row a different color, whatever you're wanting to make. And again, this is going to be the last of 3 double crochets in this hole. So now in the very last crochet, we're going to do a double crochet and chain 1. So now I hope you can see it a little bit more defined. You have your baseline here. There's 3 double crochets in each last of the chains. And on this row, you only have a single double crochet on each side. So now you're going to repeat this very first row of double crochets on this next, and you're just going to keep fluctuating back and forth every other row of what you did. So you're going to place 3 double crochets in this next hole whenever I turn this work around. So I've done my chain 1. I'm going to go in here and do my double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to repeat 3 double crochets in each hole. And once you get completed with this project, how big or small you're wanting your outcome to be, you can put a single crochet border around it, or whatever you decide to make it more defined, that square, or you can leave it like it is. I like to put a little border around it just to make it look more complete, but that is totally up to you. Like I said, you have creative license with this, and just design this type of crochet that you don't really have to do any counting, but it's going to be square. It's going to have that really nice, neat look to it. Basically, you know, like I said, a mindless crochet. It's not going to put a lot of effort into thinking about what you're going to be doing. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and crochet is an awesome sport, talent, craft, whatever you want to call it, is an awesome way to help with mental health. It's one of those things that just takes your mind off of what you're doing. And so I encourage you, if you've never crocheted before, go buy you a needle, go buy you some yarn. And the best thing about crochet, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you mess up, you can always frog your work. You can always pull it out. It's not like paper when you're painting. You know, if you've messed up that canvas, you know, it's basically ruined unless you paint over it. Or if you're working with fabric or paper, and once you cut it, it's, you know, you have to start over with something new, another baseline. But with yarn, you can just pull it out and restart and fix what you've made a mistake on. And we all make mistakes, and that's just life. And with crochet, I find that you can perfect on that. If you mess up, just pull it, start over, and redo. That's just, you know, our basic mentality in life as well. We wake up with a brand new day every day, and I encourage you that if you're struggling with mental health, it's okay. We're waking up in a new day every day, a fresh start, a new beginning. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I love crocheting so much, because if I mess up, I know I have a new beginning. Okay, well, I thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything, send me a message, and I will be happy to help you out the best that I can. Like and subscribe this video, please. I will put some affiliate links below in my comments. And have fun, most of all. Thank you, and God bless.